Started. There's some empty seats next to Dr. Mitchell.
You got a reserved seat up there too, between some.
Well,
Actually, hey, did you bathe today? I did. Yeah, I took that.
well, good afternoon, and thank you all for being here for this very important occasion when we can announce a very significant $2.5 million gift from Happy State Bank to support the Texas Tech Vet School. On behalf of Texas Tech University, the Texas Tech University Health Sciences Center, the Texas Tech University system, this community, and everybody who has a passion for the vet school, I say thank you, Pat Hickman, and everybody affiliated with Happy State Bank. This is it's this kind of commitment that has advanced us to where we are. I'm going to be introducing other people during the course of my comments, and if I don't introduce you, and you should be, just give me a wave at the end. But I do want to say thank you to the Masked Rider for being here on Fearless Champion. That is Fearless Champion. That is not Fearless Champion. This has been the passion and cause of many people for now almost 2 years. And what Happy State Bank is doing is just an important part of moving this process forward. It's an initiative that's going to benefit the citizens of this entire state and an industry that is so important to West Texas, to all of Texas, and to states beyond us. Amarillo is the perfect location for the vet school. Why is that? It's a geographical center of the large animal industry. It's also because of the commitment and the spirit of this community. And you can see what that spirit and what that commitment has already meant when you look at what we have here on this campus. The collaboration and the cooperation between Amarillo, the good work of President Mitchell, his faculty, his students and staff have resulted in a very significant part of this community. And that's what we can hint, that's what we can foresee as we look at the location of that vet school over the hill. When Texas Tech was established in 1923, its primary mission was to serve the people and the industries of West Texas. As we've evolved into a world-class Tier 1 university, and the impact of what we do has been extended through the development of the Health Sciences Center in Lubbock, the Health Sciences Center in El Paso, our presence in Amarillo, our presence in Abilene, and many other points, the impact and the stretch of Texas Tech has certainly expanded, but our commitment to our core mission has never really changed. First of all, it's educating students, preparing them in a way that addresses the workforce needs of our state. Doing research, providing service that matters to our economy, matters to industry, and matters to the well-being of the whole state. And when you think about how this is done, how we really have evolved, it's really due to certain significant events in our history. When you make that quantum leap, it's because somebody typically made a brave and bold decision. We had support from the leadership that could carry that vision forward. We had special support from a West Texas delegation and others in Austin, and there were very significant examples of financial support that pushed these initiatives forward. And the vet school contains all of those elements. It was Robert Duncan who started the idea of this vet school. Our Board of Regents, recently just passed two very important agenda items that provided for the planning of that building and the academic approval of the vet school. We've had wonderful support from Senator Seliger, Senator Perry, Representative Smithy, who is here today, and I thank him, Representative Frullo, and Representative Ford Price. And we've had tremendous support from the Amarillo Economic Development Corporation, Mayor Ginger Nelson, the Finance Committee headed up by Jason Herrick, and then singular examples of support like we see today from Happy State Bank and Mr. Hickman. Happy State Bank has a history of always doing what's right for the people of West Texas. Whether that means giving a significant commitment to West Texas A&M or to Texas Tech for the vet school. As President Mitchell said last night, this is what West Texans do. We take care of each other. And Happy State Bank has always done the right thing. I want to close with a couple of comments that are attributed to other people. One was made in 1925, and one was made 2 days ago on our campus. On Wednesday, we introduced one of the newest additions to our faculty, Dr. Herrera Estrella, who's a member of the National Academy of Science. His hire was made possible through the Governor's University Research Initiative grant of $5 million, and we matched that amount. Dr. Estrella was recently named in Scientific American as one of the 100 most influential biotechnicians in the world. And when he made his comments after we introduced him, he said, many of my colleagues were asking me, why did you come to Texas Tech? He said, I get offers all the time. Recently, an offer from a top 10 university in the United States, and we know who it was. It was an Ivy League school. And he said, well, why did I come here? Because I love a challenge. When I returned to the podium, I said he meant opportunity. But he said, I like to build, and I can build something here. And the third factor he mentioned was the spirit. He said, I've been to many, many universities and campuses, and there's something different about the spirit here. We say that to ourselves all the time, but when somebody else comes in and sees it and feels it, you know it's real. And he also said, I look forward to seeing what we have created in 10 years. That's very similar to the issues we're thinking about and talking about as we move forward with the vet school. And I also want to read another quote, and I don't want to do injustice to this because I've been accused of that in the past. This was a letter that Paul Whitfield Horn sent to the faculty and students when the first class enrolled at Texas Tech in 1925. And I think it's terribly relevant as we move forward with the vet school. Everything that is done on these West Texas plains ought to be on a big scale. It is a country that lends itself to bigness. It is a country that does not harmonize with things little or mean or petty. Let us make the work of the college fit with the scope of our country. Let our thoughts be big thoughts and broad thoughts. And Pat, because of your generosity and your foresight and your vision, we're going to achieve those kind of big thoughts and broad thoughts. And at this time, I'd like to introduce Station Herrick, who will update us on the fundraising for the vet school.
Thank you, Dr. Skuvenek. It is an absolute honor to be here today. I'm the chair of the leadership development team here in Amarillo. I'm not a Texas Tech grad. I'm a Texas A&M graduate. And I've told so many of my friends that are here that we can not look at these projects through the prism of our fandom. This is the right project for this region of the country, for this state at this time. And when we look up a couple years from now and we see a new vet school going in here, this will be a very proud, proud day for Amarillo, for West Texas. And we have found the absolute right partner in Texas Tech University to do this. So I'm very excited to be here. And I'm more excited today to talk about some of the folks that are really making this possible. Particularly today, I want to talk about Happy State Bank and Mr. Pat Hickman. In 1989, Pat Hickman was the bank branch manager in his hometown, Canyon, Texas, and working for a large regional bank at the time, but he heard there was one for sale in Happy, Texas, population 644. And he put together a group of folks to go invest in that, purchase that bank. There was only 6 employees there. It was the 812th largest bank in Texas at the time. Today, Happy State Bank is the 20th largest bank in the state of Texas, has assets over $3.4 billion, and over 700 employees serving 24 different communities, 36 different locations. This is a company that's consistently been recognized as a top business in our region, in our state. Texas Monthly just recently named Happy State Bank as one of the top 100 best companies to work for in Texas. Pretty incredible, right? Pretty good to get named that. They've been named it 3 times. American Bankers named them one of the best banks to work for the last 5 years. And just recently, if you've seen this, Forbes magazine recently named Happy State Bank as the 3rd best bank in Texas and the 26th best bank in the United States. Mr. Hickman attended Texas Tech University and West Texas A&M University. I found out last night that if you stick around long enough, you're going to hear some pretty fun college escapades from Mr. Hickman, but he was an observer to most of them. Mr. Hickman's been involved in numerous community activities. I've had the community organizations, civic organizations, industry organizations. I've had the chance to work with him numerous times. He's a true brother in Christ with me, and I appreciate that because he's not somebody that's scared to talk about those things. And we're very excited to have him, and I want to turn the stage over to him and thank you for your generous donation to this project, Mr. Hickman. Please come on up here.
I don't know, did it bother anybody else that Jason's name is said and a siren goes off? If that has anything to do with it, and I'm quite honored. Those are very nice things to say about me, but this is so much not about me today. This is about Happy State Bank. And I do, Congressman Smithy, thank you so much. Longtime friends, interim Chancellor Dr. Mitchell, thank you. President Skuvinik, thank you. We thank you all very much for this. And I'm impressed that y'all are here, but for the masked rider to show up, I'm telling you, it doesn't get and I've also got 2 of my 11 grandchildren in the crowd. That's pretty fun. Needless to say, we're excited about this. As it sits today, Texas Tech has an impact on this area. You know what, you guys? It's shady if you stand on this side. Y'all got to be roasting over there. Move around or do something. Golly, it's hot. This campus by itself provides $166 million a year impact to Amarillo in this area. The estimates are that the vet school by itself will increase that again by $76 million. Guys, that's $250 million a year that this vet school will have on this area. We are excited about what that can do. Jason was very polite and nice to talk about the things that we do. We know this area. We have 36 branches. 33 of them are from Lubbock North. We're the 3rd largest ag lender in the state of Texas. We understand agriculture. And we are very proud of what Texas Tech with this vet school can do for this area. Dr. Skuvinik mentioned that we recently gave WT $2.5 million. We gave that to their ag school. The day we had that discussion with our board of directors, I looked at them, I said, guys, if we do this one, we're turning right back around and going to do another 2.5 for Texas Tech in the vet school. There was not a stutter. The motion was made quickly, and we have graduates from Texas A&M, from the University of Texas, from Texas Tech, from West Texas A&M, even a TCU and a couple of Baylor guys, and it was a unanimous vote that these donations take place. One of those directors is here today, Mike Kuhlman, back there in the back. Thank you so much, Mike, for your support. One of our former directors, also on the Tech Foundation board, a former director of the bank, Dale Swinburne, is here somewhere. There he is, back there. Dale, thank you as well. So all I want to say is this. This is not a political issue. This is an economic issue for what it does for this area. This vet school is good for this whole area. It's good for agriculture. It's good for the people. It's good for the economy. It's good for WT, and it's good for Texas Tech. And we're very proud to be a part of it. And we're excited about what you guys are going to do. God bless. Thank you.
Nothing left for me to say. It's mighty hot out here. I do want to introduce Dr. Rick Jordan. He's the Dean of the School of Medicine up here. Do we have any of our other deans that are here? Somebody raise a hand. This is what it's all about. This place was tiny not long ago. Look what it's done. This is what this is all about. The people of the Panhandle can do things that quite literally will affect people all over the globe. And this starts right now. Thanks to everybody for coming out. Grab some refreshments, get in the shade, and we'll be seeing you guys down the road. Thanks for being here.